Alright, so hi Andrada. Today we're going to be learning how to play the flute. Yay! Yay! Okay, so let's flip the latches, open up the case. So we have our head joint, our middle joint, and our bottom joint, the foot joint. So let's take out the head joint, and let's take out the middle joint, and we're going to put it together. So you have the same brand I do, so we're going to line up the brands. And make sure you leave about 1 centimeter of space. That looks great. Now, we're going to take our foot joint, the last part, and we have a row of buttons here, and we have this thing called a rod right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to line it up so it's in the center. So if there's a line going through, we go all the way through the center. Let's check. That looks great. Alright, so this is how we're going to set up the instruments. How about we close our cases? Now, let's talk about some tone production before we get started with holding the instrument and everything. So that's probably the most important part. It's the hardest part. So, before we take the head joint off, we're going to go and practice blowing into our palm. So, with flute, we want to keep the frames of our mouth, the sides of our mouth really firm, and the center kind of relaxed. Kind of like brass instruments. And so we're going to want to blow into the center of our palm and direct the air down the heel. So I like to say, we, two. And just directs down. So how about you try that? We, two. Great. Now, I also like to do the paper thing just to kind of keep the airstring going, especially as a new flute player. So what you're going to do is you're going to breathe in for 3 counts and then blow it out. So in, 1, 2, 3, and out, 2, 3. Nice, that's a nice airstream. Okay, now let's take our head joint off carefully. Just kind of twist it off. Great, it's kind of sticky in now. Alright, so I like to do this thing called the planting roll. So this is our tone hole. We want to line it up, so check in the mirror. We're going to just plant it. And then we're going to roll. And blow out, not directly in. Maybe a little higher on the lip. There you go. There you go. Now let's put the head joint back on. We're going to talk about holding the instruments. Alright, so we want to make sure that we're standing up nice and tall at the edge of our seat, keeping our feet firmly flat planted on the ground. So let's talk about our left hand. Thumb, it can touch all of these keys, that's okay. That's our first contact point. Our second contact point is our left index finger. We're going to put it right here on this second button. Out of all of them, the second one. And then we're going to skip 1 and go 2, 3, and 4. And we're going to keep it nice and rounded. And then with our right hand, we're going to skip 1 right here and go 1, 2, 3, and 4th finger hits the spatch. And you can, to help kind of balance the weight, you can put your thumb right here. And we're going to flip it around. So how about we see how that looks? So our tone hole is a little farther away. There we go. So now let's see if we can try. Let's look at how it looks. Great, and we don't want to completely press down yet. Let's see, putting it in position.